Hello everybody and welcome to opening day 2019. We're at Nationals Park, home of the World Series champion Washington Nationals, as they take on one of their rivals, the New York Mets, here on opening day, March 28, 2019. And since it is an opening day game, I thought I'd bring out as much pomp and circumstance as I can, which isn't much, but I do bring out this lineup chart for opening day games a lot of times, and it just gives the lineups plus all the available players that are on the bench for both teams, so that you can see who we have left. And as we start using people off the bench, we'll dirty this up and make it look like one of those lineup charts they have in the dugouts in the major leagues. So see, for the Mets, we got Nimmo, Alonso, Cano, Conforto, Ramos, McNeil, Rosario, Lagares, and DeGrom. And for the Nats, we got Eaton, Turner, Rendon, Soto, Zimmerman, Gomes, Dozier, Scherzer bats 8th, and then Robles 9th. See, for the Mets on their bench, they have two left-handed hitters, Yorme and Smith, and righties, J.D. Davis, Keon Broxton, and Mr. Nito. For the Nationals on their bench, they have two lefties, two righties, and a switch hitter, Adams, Stevenson, Suzuki, Knoll, and the switch hitter Defoe. In the bullpen for the Mets, we have 5 right-handers and only 1 lefty. The lefty is Luis Avilan. Righties, Gesellman, Lugo, Familia, Diaz, and Peterson. The Nationals more balanced in their bullpen, 3 lefties, 3 righties. Bearclaw, Miller, and Suero from the right side. Grace, Sip, and Doolittle from the left side. So it's opening day. I'm not doing a season replay or anything with this. It's just with Inside Pitch. I just got the set recently, and I figured the Nationals opening day was a good enough game to play. One tip I did learn a while back is when the pitcher bats 8th, what I do, normally the 9th place hitter would go here, but I drop Robles down to here. That way with pinch hitters, you got more room in here. I learned that little trick with these, the newfangled strategy of batting the pitcher 8th, which I think is starting to become a dying thing. I think it was just a fad, but we'll see. All right, so on the mound at Nationals Park, on the mound for the Nats on opening day is Mr. Max Scherzer. You can see in 2019 he was 11-7, 2.92 ERA. He'll be opposed by Jacob DeGrom. All right, leading things off for the Mets will be Mr. Brandon Nimmo, left fielder. And we will get this game going. I've been playing a couple practice games, hoping to get the base running down a little bit tighter. And so hopefully that will be the case. Okay. That little bit of, well, it wasn't much pomp and circumstance. I guess it was a little bit. But anyway, it is Scherzer facing Nimmo. Get a 2-3. 2-3 for Scherzer is a range play. So we'll go to Nimmo and check the range of one of the fielders. 5-6 is a ground ball to first. That's Ryan Zimmerman. His range, Zimmerman's range is a 3. So it has to be a 3 or less for him to make the play. It is. So Zimmerman is able to get to it. And there's one away as Nimmo is retired. And that will bring up Rookie of the Year, Pete Alonso, and his 53 home runs. Scherzer trying to avoid the home run ball. 2-1 on Scherzer is a K+. That's a good way to do it. K+, it's an 8, but you add 10 to that, makes it an 18. Or, I'm sorry, that's an 8. He's already a 10. He would have 20 because of that. So the 8's well within that range. Got a little excited with that K+ there, and it's 2 down. So Scherzer gets the first 2, and the guy who hit a home run off him in real life, Robinson Cano, on opening day. Going to see if he can repeat history. 1-3. Nope, it's a strikeout chance. But he's not going to strike out. He's only got a 7, and this is a 9. Ballpark doesn't add anything, so no strikeout. We'll go to Cano's card to finish the at-bat, 1-6. And he's going to hit a star line 2, which is a ground ball to second. Handled by Dozier. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for Max Scherzer. So nothing doing for the Mets here in the top of the first. We go to the bottom of the first. Cy Young Award winner Jacob DeGrom, 11-8 with a 2.43 ERA, will lead us off. Will be on the mound for the Mets, and leading us off will be Adam Eaton, right fielder. 5-6 Against a lefty, that's a blank, so we go to Eaton's card to finish the at-bat. 2-5, he's going to fly to right. So Eaton is retired, and that brings up Trey Turner, shortstop. Number 2 hitter. DeGrom, 2-4. That's a K+. And with a 3 there, that's definitely a strikeout. So Turner down on strikes. 2 up, 2 down, and that brings up Anthony Rendon, the newest member of the LA Angels of Anaheim. 3-1, blank against a righty, so move on to Rendon's card. 4-1, and that's a single past second base, so Anthony Rendon gets on. And his attempt rating is a 1. We'll try to incorporate as much of the strategy rolls as possible. 1 is his attempt rating. That's a 5, so it's no hit and run, no nothing on that. Rendon just going to have to hold. And Juan Soto is going to see if he can't bring him in. Juan Soto. (3-2) is a possible error if there's a throw. Soto's card, 4-4. Single pass second. Single pass second. There is no throw because their base running is automatic. On a hit past second baseman to get from first to third, you need a 3 through 6 BR rating. And Rendon's a 3, so he will make it to third without a throw. So there is no error on the throw because no throw was ever made. So runners are at the corners for Ryan Zimmerman. 4-2 for DeGrom is a walk chance. 17, though, is too high for that. So go to Zimmerman's card to finish it off. 5-5. He's going to single pass short. So the Nats strike first. Base hit by Zimmerman brings home Rendon. And I go from first to third for Soto on a S6. You got to have a 5 or a 6 BR, which he does not have, so he will hold at second base. But the Nats now lead at 1-0 here in the first, as 3 consecutive hits have produced a run. Here's Yan Gomes, 4-3, and that is a range play at Nationals Park. So we'll bring Nationals Park into the forefront. Range play there. It is a 3-1, and that's an S+7. That means it's a single with a chance for the runner to try to extend that. So let's take a look here. Single +7. So Gomes will single. Before we worry about the Gomes trying to get to second, we've got to negotiate the base runners. Soto on an S7. To get from second to home, you add 1 to that. Plus there's 2 outs, so I add another. That's a +2. Soto is a 5. And then a left fielder's arm. Nimmo is a +1. Makes it a 6. So that means he will score without a throw because he reached the 6th category. Zimmerman to go from first to third on an S7 is a -2. 2 outs, that's a -1 aggregate. Makes him a 2. And he would be a 3. So he would be a 3. So we'll check runner advancement for that. Because if he doesn't get to third, then Gomes can't go to second. So it's a 3, so he will make it. Because 3 is his BR, is his adjusted BR rating is a 3. So he does make it there. So he made it to third. Now the question is, will Gomes get to second base? Well, the arm on Nimmo is a 1. Gomes is a 2. So that's a aggregate of 3. So again, if this is a 3 or less, he makes it. 4 or higher, he holds. Or I'm sorry, 4 or 5, he holds. If it's a 6, he's out. And he's out trying to go there. He rolled a 6. So Gomes is out at second base. Call it 7-4. And that's going to end the inning. But 2 runs come in. That run from Soto scores before he's thrown out. So 2 runs are in. National take a 2-0 lead on DeGrom, on the Cy Young Award winner. And giving Scherzer that 2-0 cushion. And I hope I did that right. I just went by the natural order of what seemed right to me. So in my world, Soto scores before you can worry about Gomes trying to get the extra base. He would have already scored because Zimmerman had to go to third, which means he had to go home. So I was working backwards there. So here's Conforto, 4-3 off of Scherzer. 4-3 is a K+, so that's a strikeout. So Conforto is out of there. And that's going to bring up Wilson Ramos, the catcher. 4-6, and that is a possible error. We'll check and see if the error might be on. 1-5, that is a Starline 5, which is a fly to left. Soto's error rating is only a 1, that's an 11, so there's no error. Soto's going to hardly ever make an error. It would have to be a 1 on a D20 roll for him to make an error. Here's McNeil. 2 outs, base is empty. 4-2 is a strikeout chance, but that 12 is too high on the D20. Go to McNeil's card. 1-6. It's a fly ball to right. And that's going to end the inning. So Mets go quietly here in the top of the second. And that's the thing that DeGrom had to deal with, was lack of run support. That's why his record was only 11-8, even though he had such good metrics. He just wasn't getting the run support. All right, so here is Dozier to lead things off. Dozier, 3-1 against DeGrom is a blank. Go to Dozier's card. 3-4. 3-4 is a fly to left. So handled out there by Nimmo, 1 away. And that will bring up the pitcher, Max Scherzer, who's batting 8th in the lineup, don't forget. So Scherzer, number 8 hitter, is up. 2-5 is a strikeout plus, so he's definitely gone. So that's 2 away. And that's going to bring up the number 9 hitter, Victor Robles. 4-3, and that is a range play at Nats Park. So we bring out Nats Park again for the 4-3 roll for range check. 5-3, that's a double to right, but we're checking the range of the right fielder, Conforto. He is a 3, so if this is a 3 or less, Conforto will get to that and prevent the double. He does not. It's a 4. It's a failed range play. So since it's a failed range play, we have to roll again and see if it's a 5 or 6. It is not, so it's only going to be a single. I'm sorry, we didn't have to do that because it was a check for a double, wasn't it? It certainly was. It was automatically a double check. So not a discount double check, but a double check nonetheless. And Aaron Rodgers had nothing to do with it. So double for Robles. Now, we will roll the D20 to check for pickoff. We would, but there is no pickoff rating for DeGrom, so that'd be a waste of time. Here's Eaton. 1-3. Home run question mark for Eaton. 1-9 against lefties for DeGrom. 7 passes that check. So now we're going to re-roll the D20. If it's a 1-6, Eaton will go deep. 20, he does not. So we go straight to Eaton's card to finish the at-bat. 5-6, he's going to line it to first. And that's going to end the inning. Snagged by Alonso. Nothing doing for the Nats after the 2-out double. We go to the third. It is Nationals 1. And the Mets nothing. Scherzer back out. Facing the bottom part of the order. Rosario, Lagares, and DeGrom. 1-6. Let's move this over here so you see the score sheet a little bit better maybe. All right, 1-6 for Scherzer. Range play. It's a range play for Rosario. 4-2. It's a fly to center. The range of the center fielder Robles is a 3. So we'll check his range. See if Robles can get to this. He does, so it's a fly out to center field. As Robles runs it down. Here's Lagares. 5-6. It's a K plus. Lagares is a 10, but that's a K plus. Gives him a 10 extra, make it a 20. So 17 fits that. In fact, everything fits that when you get to 20. So that's an automatic strikeout for Lagares. So here is DeGrom against Scherzer. 2-5. That's a strikeout chance. So he is not going to strike out because his strikeout's only a 12. Usually pitchers are higher than that, but DeGrom's a good hitter. So he fails the strikeout check. Go to DeGrom's card. 4-1. He's going to ground it to Zimmerman. Easy play. Takes it to the bag himself. And Scherzer. Another 1-2-3 inning. And the Mets go quietly. Bottom of the third. Still 2-0 Nats. And DeGrom coming out to face Trey Turner. Turner struck out his first trip. 6-6. So that's an automatic star line on DeGrom's card. Let's see what the out's supposed to be. It is a 5, so it's a fly to left. So Turner Flies to left, 1 away. Brings up Rendon. 3-2, and that's a possible error if a throw is necessary. 3-4 is a double to left. There is no throw, so it's just a simple double to left by Rendon. He's 2 for 2, and he's got an attempt rating of 1, but he's not going to go anywhere. So no need to roll the strategy roll. There is no chance for a pickoff. Here's Soto. 5-4, and that's a strikeout chance. 3, he definitely will strike out. So 2 down. And it's up to Ryan Zimmerman. Now, he did come through with the base hit RBI single his first time. Can he do it again? 4-5. Strikeout chance. That's an 8. That's a 9. So he does not get the strikeout. Instead, 4-6, he will ground to short. It would have hit a single against a lefty, but against the righty, it's a ground ball to short, and the inning is over. So, 3 innings in the books here at Nats Park, and it's still 2-0 Nationals lead over DeGrom and the Mets. Scherzer stepping out. Back to the top of the order is Brandon Nimmo. Nimmo grounded to Zimmerman his first trip. 5-5 is a ballpark check, so we go to Nationals Park. See what that offers. 1-5, that's a star line 5. And on Scherzer, a star line 5 is a fly to left. So Soto will put that away. 1 away for Pete Alonso. Alonso, a 4-6. That's a possible error. See, the error might be on. 4-3. That is a pop up to third. Rendon, his error rating is a 6. That's a 7. So does not fall within his error rating. So he will handle that tough pop out. And there's 2 away. So 2 down for Robinson Cano. 4-5. And that is a strikeout chance. But Cano is not going to strike out. He's only got a 7. So no strikeout there. Go to Cano's card. 1-4. That's a star line 3, which is a ground ball to Rendon. Third base. And the inning's over. So nothing doing for the Mets. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Due up for the Nationals will be Yan Gomes, the catcher. Followed by Dozier and Scherzer. 4-6. Strikeout plus. So that's going to put the K on Gomes. 1 away for Dozier. With Scherzer on deck. 5-2. That's a double question mark against right-handers. That's blank. So there is no automatic play there. We'll go straight to Dozier. 5-3. And that's a double to right field for Dozier. So a second double of the game by Dozier. 1 out double. Now that brings up Scherzer. He's a pretty good hitter, 182 for a pitcher, so he's not bunting. He's swinging away. 5-5 is a strikeout, and that's going to be a strikeout. No chance there for Scherzer. 2 down. It's going to be up to Robles. 2-1. That's a strikeout chance, and Robles is gone. So outside the double, DeGrom strikes out the side. Nothing doing for the Nats here in the 4th. We go to the 5th. Still 2-0. Favor of the Nationals. Now to bring up Conforto. Lead off against Scherzer. 1-3. It's a strikeout chance, but 18's too high. Go to Conforto. 2-4. And against the lefty, he'd get a hit, but against the righty, it's a ground ball to first. So Zimmerman make the play. So a little bit of reverse split there for Conforto. 1 away, and here is Wilson Ramos, former Nats catcher. 1-5. Split chance off Scherzer. Home run chance against the lefty, a walk chance against the righty. His walk's only a 10. You add 1 from the stadium, makes it 11, but that's a 17, so no walk. Finished up on Ramos. 5-5. He's getting a single to left. That's the first base hit of the game for the New York Mets. A 1-out single by Ramos. He has no attempt rating, so he's not going to go anywhere. And there's no balk or anything, so no use rolling a strategy roll there. McNeil, 5-4. That is a strikeout plus, and that will do it. He's a 6. Plus the 10 makes it a 16. That's a 15, so strike plus got him. 2 down, And it's going to bring up the shortstop, Ahmed Rosario. 6-4 is a strikeout plus again, so Scherzer on his game with the strikeouts. So loses the no-hitter, gives up the single to Ramos here in the 5th, but nothing else. We go to the bottom of the 5th, still 2-0. Favor the Nats. They did it all in the 1st inning. DeGrom has settled in since then, but he's looking for run support. Here's Adam Eaton, he's 0 for 2. 1-1, possible error. 5-2. 5-2 is a fly to left. The error rating of the left fielder, Nimmo, is a 0. That's a 16, so obviously with a 0 error rating, he will make the play. So 1 away, and that brings up Trey Turner. Shortstop. He's also 0 for 2. 4-2 is a walk chance, but 16 is too high, so no walk. Go to Turner. 3-4. That's a ground ball back to DeGrom, and that's out number 2. So 2 down, and that brings up Rendon. Rendon is 2 for 2. He singled and doubled. 3-3, and that's a blank against DeGrom. We go to Rendon's card. 3-1, he will fly to left, and it's handled by Nimmo to end the inning. So 5 innings in the books. It is still 2-0 Nationals in this, what we thought would be a pitcher's duel, and certainly turned out that way. Here's Lagares. He will lead it off, followed by DeGrom and Nimmo. Too early in the game to hit for DeGrom. So 1-5 against Lagares is another walk chance. And this time he will walk. That's an 11. That's an 8. So that falls in that category. So Lagares will draw the leadoff walk. His attempt is a 2, so let's see if they're going to try anything with that. They do not. So Lagares cannot get the jump. DeGrom, you would think about bunting, but he's a pretty good hitter for 1, and 2, you're down 2-0. So they're going to let DeGrom swing away. 5-2, and he's a lefty hitter, so that's a walk plus. He walks at a 7, that's a 2, so he's going to walk. How about that? Back-to-back walks here in the top of the 6th. They put the first 2 on for the Mets, and they got something cooking here in the 6th against Scherzer. And it's Brandon Nimmo. Nimmo could think about bunting. I think he will think about bunting, actually. So we're going to go to the bunt chart. And let's take a look at the bunt chart. Nimmo is a 4 bunt rating, which puts him, according to this chart, if he's a 4 bunt rating, then we're looking at this column right here on the D20. 1-14 would be a good bunt. So let's see if that happens. It's 12, but it is a good bunt. It says successful sacrifice bunt if resolved by adding bunt rate minus fielder rest. Okay, not worried about a single. You need to roll 1 die to see who fields it, though. It's a 2, and that's fielded by the pitcher. So he bunts it back to DeGrom. I'm sorry, to Scherzer, and that's a good sacrifice bunt. So sacrifice, we'll call it 1-4 with Dozier covering. Lagares goes to third. DeGrom goes to second. The tying runs are on base in scoring position for the big guy, Pete Alonso. And this is where Scherzer really has to watch himself, because one swing of the bat and the Mets are in the lead. Infield's going to play back. They want to get the out. 1-1, a possible error on a grounder. Here's Alonso. 5-2, Starline 1, which is a fly to center, so there is no error, but there is a chance for a sac fly. His sac fly rating is a 1, so I'm going to check and see if there is a possible sacrifice fly. There is not. So now we're looking to see if maybe Lagares can score anyway. And you do that. A failed sacrifice roll, use the throw chart. So we're using the throw chart right here. Right here is a throw chart. So if we roll a 1, we go to this chart. We roll a 6, we go to this chart. 2 through 5, we're going to use the ABR ratings. All right, so Lagares, his ABR, or his BR rating is a 4. Center fielder arm, Robles is a -1. That's an aggregate of 3. So it's a 3 on the red die. 3 or less would make it 2, so he does make it. So it's a good sacrifice fly. And the Mets are on the board as Lagares comes in to score. RBI to Alonso cuts the lead to 2-1. And I hope I'm doing that correctly. Like I said, I'm trying to get all the nuances down, but sometimes you don't remember everything. But going by what I thought I saw on the sacrifice fly, that's what I'm rating it as. Here's Cano now with 2 outs and runner at second. 4-1. He's not tired, so that play is not going to count against him. 4-3 is a ground ball back to Scherzer, and that's going to end the inning. But the Mets do get on the board on the sacrifice fly by Alonso. And we go to the bottom of the 6th. 2-1, favor of the Nationals. Here's Juan Soto. Single and struck out his first 2 times up. 4-5 is a strikeout chance, but 13 on the D20 is too high for that. Soto, 2-6. It's a line drive to short. Picked off by Rosario, and there's one away. Soto was out of there. Here's Zimmerman. 3-6 is a strikeout chance, but 18's too high. Zimmerman, 2-3. 2-3 is a fly to left. So Zimmerman, easy can of corn, 2 down. And that's going to bring up the catcher, Yan Gomes. So Yan Gomes with 2 outs and the base is empty. Here in the bottom of the 6th of a 2-1 game. 3-1 blank against DeGrom. Gomes 1-3. Starline 3. Ground ball to Cano at second. And the inning is over. So 6 innings are in the books, and it's 2-1 Nationals. Now, since we're getting to the 7th inning, we've got to start looking at fatigue. Scherzer can face 26 batters. Right now, he has faced 21. And he's due up second next inning, so it's a good chance we might see the last inning for Scherzer right here. Although Dave Martinez knows about that bullpen. Here's Conforto. 5-5, and that's the ballpark card, so we go to Nationals Park. 4-5. 4-5 is a home run to the pull side. And Conforto's a 15. That's a 9. It's gone. Home run, Michael Conforto. And all of a sudden, we have a tie ball game. And while that's happening, Tabby is scratching at the door to be let in. So let me hold 1 second while I let Tabby in. It's now a 2-2 ball game. While I let Tabby in, while she's doing all the scratching. She's doing a lot of scratching. Come on, Tabby. Come on, get in. Okay, so she came in right at the moment of the 2-2 tie. And the bullpen is loose for the Nationals. They do have the lefty Tony Sipp and righty Wander Suero, both loosening in the bullpen. Here is Ramos. 2-5. 2-5 is a strikeout chance. 8 will not do it because it's a 5 on his card. Go to Ramos. 1-3. He will ground to Turner at short. 1 away. And now that brings up Jeff McNeil, third baseman. 2-1, and that's a strike. Oh, I'm sorry, he's a lefty, so that means it's blank. Righty would have been a strikeout plus. 6-3 is a single pass second, so McNeil gets the base hit, his first of the game. His attempt rating's a 1, so we'll roll to see if he does anything. It's a 2, so that means we got a hit and run. So next man up, Rosario, is going to do a hit and run. But we go through the regular at bat first. 4-2, strikeout chance. And I believe on a hit and run, let's take a look here. Hit and run. All right, if he strikes out, then we resolve it as a stolen base chance. But that's a 20, so he's not going to strike out. Let's go to Rosario's card. 3-1, and that is a single pass third base. How about that? So on a hit and run on a hit, says here all BR ratings get a +2. So the BR rating for McNeil is a 3. That makes him a 5. So can he go from first to third on the S5 if he is a 5 BR? He cannot. You have to have a 6. So that's not going to cut it. So even the hit and run won't allow him to move up because it was hit to the wrong part of the Diamond, it was hit to the left side instead of the right side. But either way, runners at first and second now with 1 out for Lagares. 4-6, that's a possible error. Lagares, 3-1. That's a question mark 8 would come up here. That's a 14, so no hit here. But we do need to check for an error. The hit, or the out, the fly ball I should say, went to center. But it's it was a 14 on the error, so the center fielder Robles has only got a 3 error rating, so he will make the catch. And there is 2 away. Now can the runner move to third? You have to subtract 3 from the BR rating, and that's not going to cut it because McNeil is a 3. He would be a 0 at that point, plus minus 1 from Robles, so he cannot go anywhere. So now DeGrom, do you let him pitch or do you let him hit? It's a 2-2 game. And runners are this is the National League game right here, folks. This is the National League game. It's the bottom of the 7th. His fatigue is a 25. He's already faced 24 batters, so they're going to go ahead and make the call to pull him. He's giving them what they could ask for, I guess. And now we'll get a pinch hitter, and it will be Dominic Smith. So Dominic Smith, the lefty, and we'll go to our big tote board. Right over here, we'll go to our big tote board, and we will scratch off Dominic Smith. So he's no longer available. And in the bullpen for the Mets, as we look ahead, right-handers are coming up, so Seth Lugo is loosening in the bullpen. Right now, though, Dominic Smith, let's write in Dominic Smith. He's got a big chance right here. 2 outs and 2 on. Scherzer 6-4. 6-4 is a K+, so that will be the strikeout of Dominic Smith to end the inning. But the home run by Conforto has tied the game at 2. So no decision for DeGrom. He will get out with a no decision. Scherzer may very well be the same. Although if the Nats score in the bottom of the 7th, he would get credit for that, the way the rules work. So he still has a chance possibly to get a win if the Nats score this inning. Right now for the Mets, it is going to be the aforementioned Seth Lugo. He's coming into the game. So we'll take our little Sharpie here, and we're going to eliminate Seth Lugo. He is no longer available. And Matt Adams is going to pick up a bat and hit for the Nationals. So he will hit for Scherzer. So Adams has also been used now. So Matt Adams will bat second in the inning after Dozier. Dozier leads off, but then Matt Adams to follow. So Dozier will lead us off against Lugo. Dozier against Lugo, and then Matt Adams will be the pinch hitter for Scherzer. So Scherzer goes 7, DeGrom goes 6. All right, and now we got Lugo into the game. Now for the Nationals in their bullpen, they still have the righty Suero and the lefty Sip. And with 3 out of 4 lefties coming up for the Mets, Tony Sip is definitely loosening to be ready to come in. All right, here's Dozier against Lugo. 3-1, possible error. Go to Dozier's card. 2-6, that's a fly to right. Right fielder, Conforto, has an error rating of 2. That's a 13, so well above the 2. So it's an easy play for Conforto. 1 away, and now the pinch hitter, Matt Adams, steps to the plate. 1-3, that's a strikeout plus, so he is going to K. And that pitcher spot now is 0 for 3 with 3 Ks between Scherzer and the pinch hitter, Adams. And with 2 outs and the bases empty, here's Robles. Doubled and struck out, 4-3. 4-3 is blank against a right-hander. Go to Robles. 2-6, it's a star line 1, which is a fly to left to end the inning. So we go to the 8th, tied at 2, and now both starters are no longer factoring in the decision. It's a bullpen game the rest of the way. And coming in for the Nationals will be the lefty, Tony Sipp. So Tony Sipp, the lefty, is in. Go to our tote board, just so we keep track of everything. And Tony Sipp is now no longer available. So we can keep track of who's available and who's not. All right, so Tony Sipp is in. And it'll be the top of the order: Nimmo, Alonso, and Cano, followed by Conforto. So 3 of the 4 are left-handed. So here's Sipp. A little closer here, I think. All right. 2-1. 2-1 is a walk plus. So leadoff walk to Nimmo is not a good way to start if you're Tony Sipp. And of course, the bullpen woes can be a factor. All right, now there is a pickoff chance here for Sipp, so, and also an attempt of 1 for Nimmo. So let's roll to 20 and get a 16. So nothing's happening there. So it'll be Pete Alonso tapping to the plate. Alonso against Sipp. 4-3. 4-3 is a star line, so good play there. Might be able to get a ground ball double play out of this. 6 notes, a fly to right, so can't get the double play, but they do take out the dangerous Alonso for 1 out. And here's Robinson Cano, 0 for 3 in the game. 6-3 is a range play at Nationals Park. So not only go to the ballpark card, but it's a range play. 3-2, and that is a rare play because we're on the blank. So I think that overrides the range, if I'm not mistaken, but we'll double check it. A lot of times this rare play ends up being a range play anyway, because there is a runner on base. So we'll roll 2d6s and see what we get. We get a 55. So 55 on the rare play, men on base. Slow roller to second, who possibly bobbles, then possibly throws wild to first, resolved by rolling against the second baseman error rate. First for the bobble, then for the throw. All right, so we got 2 chances for an error on Dozier. His error rating, though, is only a 3, so let's check it there for the bobble. No. Let's check it for the throw. And we got a 3, so it is an error on Dozier. He bobbles it. I'm sorry, it's an error on the throw, isn't it? So it's an error on the throw, and that could be a 2-base error, I do believe. E4 on a throw, and it is a 2-base error. So hopefully I played that right. I think that overrides the range play when you get to that rare play part. So it is a 2-base throwing error on Dozier. It's going to move Nimmo to third. So error on Dozier. And now the Nats are in serious trouble. Second and third, 1 out. Infield's going to have to come in against Michael Conforto. You could walk Conforto and pitch to Ramos, but go with the lefty-lefty, I guess. It wasn't Sipp's fault. He pitched well. It's just the error came into play. 2-4, single, but he's not tired yet. He's only faced 3 batters, so he's not tired yet. So here's Conforto. 1-4, he's going to ground to third. It's a possible double play. His double play rating's a 2, but Sipp is a -2, so that kind of eliminates that altogether. So now let's see, the infield was in, as we said, right? So, and it was a ground ball to third. So on a ground ball to third with the infield in, let's see here, second and third, infield in, -2 BR rate for the runner on third. So Nimmo, BR is a 4, now it's dropped down to a 2, and I don't think they want to take that chance. So they're just going to freeze the runners. They're still in scoring position with 2 outs for Wilson Ramos, but Sipp will not face Ramos. It will be Wander Suero. So Wander Suero, the right-hander, is going to come in and try to get this last out. Sipp goes 2/3 of an inning. And we'll get to our tote board. And we'll mark off Wander Suero. So Suero has now been used. And we'll get Wander Suero over here in a minute. There he is, Wander Suero. So it's Wander Suero taking on Wilson Ramos, second and third, 2 outs. Tie game 2-2 here in the 8th. Big at bat here for Suero to get through. 3-3 is an error possibly on a throw. If a throw is needed. Here's Ramos. 3-6, it's a fly to right. No throw is needed, so no error, and Suero gets out of it. So how about that? He got out of it. We go to the bottom of the 8th, still tied at 2. And Lugo will be back in as he pitched 1-2-3-7, so he's still got some juice left in him. Here's Adam Eaton to start things off, top of the order for the Nats here in the bottom of the 8th. 2-5 is a range play. Go to Eaton. 4-2. Starline 1's a fly to left, so Eaton tried to go opposite field, but right to Nimmo for out number 1, and that brings up Trey Turner. And if he could get on, he's a threat to steal, obviously. 2-4. Strikeout plus chance is also a threat to strike out, which he just did. So Turner out on strikes. He's now 0 for 4 with 2 Ks. So here's Rendon. He's been about one of the only Nats that's gotten it going here. He's 2 for 3. 1-1 is the ballpark card, so we go to Nationals Park. There are some home run chances on that ballpark card, though. 2-6, and he found one. Home run to center field. His home run rating, though, is a 13, and this is a 14, so that's going to fail. So it's going to be a deep fly to center field. He just missed it. Had that D20 been a 13 or less, he would have hit a home run to take the lead. Or if he had been facing a lefty, that home run would have counted, but missed it by 1. Rendon, oh so close. Took Lagares to the wall, but couldn't quite get it done. So we go to the 9th. 2-2 tie. Suero back out. And he will be facing McNeil, Rosario, and Lagares. And if anybody gets on, a pinch hitter for Lugo. Suero, a 3-1. That's a strikeout chance. And with a 2 there, that is going to be a strikeout of McNeil. So 1 away. McNeil is retired. Brings up Ahmed Rosario. 5-5 is a question mark. And against a right-hander, which Rosario is, you get a star line on a 1-17. However, that's a 19. So he misses the star line. We go straight to Rosario. 4-3 is going to ground to third. Rendon gets him anyway. So 2 down. And that'll bring up Lagares. 3-1 off Suero is a strikeout chance. That's a 9. He's a 10, so the strikeout will be good. And the inning is over. So now we go to the bottom of the 9th. And I think Lugo is done. He's gone 2 innings, so they're going to go to the bullpen. Probably a double switch here. Although, you know what? Yeah. Nope, they're going to use Luis Avalon. They're not going to pitch him multiple innings, so no use of a double switch. So with Soto coming up to lead off for the Nats, Luis Avalon is going to get the call. The lefty out of the only lefty out of the Mets pen. So we come over here and cross off the only lefty the Mets have. And it's Luis Avalon trying to get this thing in 2 extra innings. And he'll be facing Soto, Zimmerman, and Gomes. 6-3 is a strikeout chance, but 17's too high. Soto, 5-6, pops it up to first. Handled by Alonso. 1 away. So here's Zimmerman stepping to the plate. 1-2 is a walk plus, and he will walk Zimmerman. So the possible winning run is on. Zimmerman has no attempt rating, so we're not going to roll anything. There's no pickoff chances. Yan Gomes, the batter, and Jeurys Familia is loosening the Met bullpen. Here's Gomes, 3-4. 3-4 strikeout chance. That is a strikeout against a lefty because he's an 8 and that's a 7. So he struck him out. So that'll bring up Dozier. And with Dozier coming up, they are going to go to the bullpen and also do a double switch. We're going to have a double switch, I do believe. And it is going to be, actually they're going to bring in Robert Gsellman. Since we're going to double switch, they're going to bring in a guy with a little more length. So Gsellman is coming in for the Mets, and he's going to hit in the spot previously held. Let's look and see who they got on their bench that they can bring in. They've got Guillorme, J.D. Davis, Broxton, and Nido. So you're thinking they would be taking out an outfielder. So it's a very good chance they're going to substitute Broxton for Lagares. So we're going to have Gsellman bat in the 8th position, and Broxton will take over in center field and bat 9th. So a little tidy work to do here. Let's get Broxton out here. He is carded for the Orioles because that's where he ended the season, but he's really with the Mets on opening day. So Broxton will bat in the number 9 position and lead off the inning. Lagares has now been removed. So let's tidy this up over here. We're going to get rid of Broxton. He is now no longer available, and Gsellman is no longer available. So they still have Familia, Diaz, and Peterson in their pen. They still have Guillorme, Davis, and Nido as possible pinch hitters. Just to look ahead in case we go a long way in this, I don't know. All right, so Gsellman will be facing Dozier, and he's got to get Dozier out. We want to move on to the 10th. So here's Gsellman. 6'3" is a blank against a righty. Dozier 4'6", he's going to have a star line 1, which is a grounder to short, and that's going to do it. We go to extra innings. 9 innings was not enough, and we go to the top of the 10th, and we'll get a new pitcher, I believe, for the Nationals, as Suero is done. We know Broxton's going to lead off. He's a right-hander. Nimmo's a lefty. They got some lefties coming up, so Nationals now will turn to, well, they've already used, well, you know what, you might as well use Doolittle because you're no longer in a save situation. So they're going to use Doolittle for 1 inning. He is set to lead off next inning, so they're going to go ahead and they're not going to pull a Baltimore Oriole trick, Buck Showalter, of not using your best guy. So Doolittle is in, and he's going to be facing Keon Broxton. 6'5", strikeout chance, that's an 8. Broxton high strikeout rate, so he is gone to start the 10th. So Broxton is retired. That brings up Nimmo, Brandon Nimmo. 4-4 is a strikeout chance, that's a 3. It's another strikeout. So 2 strikeouts in a row for Doolittle. And that will bring up Pete Alonso. Strength against strength right here. Alonso facing Doolittle. 2-6 is a strikeout chance, and he got him. 14 on the strikeout. That's only a 9. So Doolittle comes in, strikes out the side in the 10th. That's called a perfect inning. 1 inning pitched and 3 strikeouts. How about that? So now Gsellman will be back out to start the bottom of the 10th, and we'll get a pinch hitter for Doolittle as his day is done, and Andrew Stevenson will pick up a bat and hit for the Nationals, as he will hit for Doolittle. And if it goes to the 11th, they have Matt Grace, the other lefty, will be coming in, because they got Mets have 2 lefties coming up to start the inning. So Matt Grace will be the new pitcher for the Nationals. If it goes that way, Doolittle and now Stevenson have been eliminated. So now we got Stevenson leading off here against Gsellman in the bottom of the 10th. 5-6 is a range play at Nationals Park. 5-4, that's a single pass second, but we're looking at the range of Cano. His range is a 2. So if this is a 1 or 2, he will get to this. It is a 2, so Cano stops that base hit potential by Stevenson. Cano ranges and makes the play, takes the hit away from Stevenson. And now it's Victor Robles stepping to the plate, followed by Eaton. 6-4, strikeout chance. That's an 8, so he will strike out. So 2 down. Oops, down here by Robles. I got the wrong guy in the wrong batting order. I was thinking he was hitting leadoff. So we need to fix the Eaton card. Well, I'll fix it. If he strikes out, I'll leave it the same. If he doesn't strike out, then I'll fix it. 2-2 is a walk plus, so he will obviously walk, so I do need to fix this. I'm going to just write it in this way. He will walk. How about that? And he's got a chance to steal. He's a 2 attempt rating, so we do need to roll for strategy. It's a 4. It means it's a hit and run. So hit and run with Trey Turner. Trey Turner on a hit and run. Gsellman, 5-1. Strikeout chance. 13, though, is too high, so it will be the hit and run. 2-3 is a single to left field, so chance for Eaton to go to third, possibly. The hit and run does increase the BR by 2, so it makes him from a 5 to a 7, because he's already a 5. And the left fielder's arm, Nimmo is a +1, makes him an 8. So even the -2, he's going to make it automatically, so there's no chance to stop it. So runners are at the corners on that hit and run. Runners are at the corners with 2 outs. Now Turner does have a 6 attempt rating, so we got to roll for that. See if he does anything with that. It's 11, so nothing's going on. You wouldn't think he'd steal with Rendon at the plate. You wouldn't want to end the inning that way. Rendon has a chance to walk things off right here with 2 outs and 2 on against Gsellman. 2-2 is a walk plus, so he will walk, and that will load the bases for Juan Soto. And the Mets do not have another lefty. They used their only lefty, so it is looking like it's Gsellman or bust right here. Gsellman or bust. Let's see how they want to play this. You know what? They're going to take out Gsellman, and they're going to go to Jeurys Familia to try to get that last out. So Familia is going to come in. So we will go to our tote board and take Familia out of this. So that leaves the only 2 relievers in the pen now as Diaz and Peterson, if we go to more extra innings. But right now, it is going to be Familia. 5th pitcher used by the Mets. Bases loaded. What a situation to come in. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Bottom of the 10th. Here's Soto. 5-5. Possible error. Could have a walk-off error here. 1-1 is a single to right. It doesn't matter. Soto singles to right, and the ball game is over. The Nats win it in 10 by the score of 3-2. Winning pitcher was Sean Doolittle. The losing pitcher was Gsellman. And the Nats get that Nats magic from the fall. Turns into opening day on a Juan Soto walk-off single to end the ball game. Let me do the quick totals for the hits real quick. Let's see here. The Mets get 1, 2, 3, 4. Mets limited to just 4 hits. 2 runs on 4 hits. The Nats got 4 hits in the first inning. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 hits. So that's what I've got so far. That's what I've got for a total. I didn't worry about filling the pitchers' totals. That would take too long, and the video is getting long enough. So opening day, inside pitch at Nationals Park. Nationals win it on a walk-off single by Juan Soto. 3-2 over the Mets. 3-9-1 for the Nationals. 2-4-0 for the Mets. Winning pitcher Sean Doolittle. Losing pitcher is Robert Gsellman. So there you have it. Inside pitch from Nats Park. Opening day 2019. Nationals win it 3-2 in a walk-off. Hope you enjoyed that presentation of Inside Pitch. And also, hope you enjoy playing whatever game you choose to play, however you choose to play it. And as usual, I will see you all down the road.